18.
Hello and welcome to the CNBC TV 18 special. I'm Shireen Bhan. It is a season of change as far as India's tech business is concerned, and the latest company where we are seeing a management change is Genpact. Pramod Bhasin is stepping down as Genpact CEO, and NV Tyagarajan will be taking over from him. Pramod Bhasin and Tiger join us now on the CNBC TV 18 special. Gentlemen, many thanks for joining us. Congratulations to you, Tiger. But Pramod, let me come to you first and ask you my first question. I know you've been with Genpact for 14 years, and that is indeed a long innings in today's day and age. But the timing of your exit and the timing of your departure, you've just completed a $550 million acquisition. This has been an acquisition that you've been wanting to do for a long, long time. You've gone through that really rough patch between 2008 and 2010. Things are looking good for you and Genpact at this point in time. Why the decision to exit now?
I think you should, one, leave on a high. You shouldn't leave on a low. So I think the company is in great shape right now, Shirin, and I think it's the best time when I felt it's the right time to leave. There isn't a perfect time, as we all know, right? And there was no defining event that happened that said, now I need to go. This is something I've been thinking about for a while, wanted to do something different, do something more with my personal time, etc. Maybe give back into society in some fashion. So I thought Headstrong has been done, great acquisition, company's results are great. Tiger is here, he's been the CEO, he knows this company as well as I do, knows its customers as well as I do. This is a very, very good time to go. I wish I had a more eventful explanation, but I don't.
Okay, you don't. But the speculation that you are likely to exit has been on for over 2 years now. Is that how long it's taken for you to make up your mind, Pramod, or was this something that you finally took a call on very recently?
No, finally, ultimately, you make these calls only very recently, and under the SEC rules anyway, as a New York Stock Exchange listed company, once you make the call, you disclose it very fast. So the final call was made extremely recently.
But the last time you were having a conversation with me, and this was right after you'd done the Headstrong deal, and you told me that this is in a sense a game-changing moment for Genpact. Why? And that brings me back to the question that I asked you at the start of the show. Why then are you deciding to leave when, in a sense, you're going to be part of a game-changing moment for Genpact?
Well, I think the way I'm going to help is I'll still be, as they say, vice chairman of the company. I'm deliberately not sitting on the board. I deliberately am not vice chairman of the board. I think that's the wrong thing to do for an ex-CEO to hang around the board for a period of time. I do think at the same time, though, I'll spend 20 to 30% of my time. Specifically, for instance, one of these elements will be helping on the Headstrong acquisition integration. So it will be game-changing, I think, for Genpact. But, at the same time, I'm a shareholder. I'll watch it from the sides. I'll help where I can.
Okay, Tiger, let me come to you because, when I was listening to you at your press conference yesterday, you said that your immediate plan is to build deep domain capabilities for Genpact. So what exactly do you mean by that? Because we've seen a lot of changes that have already been brought about as far as Genpact is concerned. What are we going to see that's going to be different about Genpact from here on?
So first, Shireen, thank you for your wishes. So let me just clarify. I didn't say, and I may have said, but I just correct myself. I don't mean that all of a sudden we're going to think about new domain capabilities and start building it, and we were not doing it in the past. I've been part of the leadership team, working with the team, working with Pramod for many years now, been part of many of the strategic decisions. And one of the directions we have been going in for some time now, more in the last 2 years than before, is really build domain expertise around specifically chosen industry verticals. We always have had great domain expertise around horizontal capabilities, finance and accounting, procurement and supply chain, and so on. But deep domain capabilities around banking, financial services, insurance. The Headstrong acquisition, I think, is a great example of saying we want domain expertise in capital markets. We don't have it. Headstrong has it, and it's very unique. And now with Headstrong, we really understand capital markets so well that we have a seat at the table with every capital markets, investment banking, asset management company, and we can have a conversation about the changes they're going through, how we're going to help them grow, etc., etc. So continuing to do that industry after industry is something that we will drive.
Okay, I want to come to something else that you spoke about, and this really is the decision to do away with the COO's position, which is the position that you currently hold, Tiger. And you seem to suggest that, we needed a CEO's post because that was part of the succession plan, and now that the succession is over and done with, you don't really need that transitory position. So are you good for this for another 14 years or 10 years, or, what's the situation?
No, my stamina is less than Pramod's. I've always said that to him. So I have no illusion of lasting 14 years. That's, it's too long away. What I'm mentioning was, if you go back 2.5 years back, broadly, which is when I came into this job as the COO, there was no COO. And at that point in time, it was felt that it was important for someone like me to be able to come in, kind of hold the operating side of the business together, while actually we started embarking on what I would call a very long-term innovation journey. That really got kicked off, I would say, 2.5 years back. I think that's when we kicked off Smart Enterprise Processes. A lot of the thinking around Smart Enterprise Processes were driven by Pramod and the team that he brought together in order to drive that. Part of the reason I think that happened was because some of the operating parts of the businesses, I started managing. It actually helped the process of driving innovation. It also helped the process of getting ready for succession if it was needed. Well, it's got needed now. The trigger has been pulled. And if I now think about where this company is going to go for some time, I think it's going to be around industry, domain, vertical, and vertical leadership that will drive the company. And that vertical leadership will cut across geographies. So at this point in time, I don't see the Chief Operating Officer's role being relevant. Now, having said that, as Pramod said, this is a very fast-changing industry, and I think one of the hallmarks of leadership companies in this industry is going to be how quickly can we adapt and change. So don't hold me to this if a year later I say, now I think it's the right time to have a Chief Operating Officer.
I won't hold you to that, Tiger, but are we also likely to see other organizational changes? Because that's what we've seen in the industry so far. We're seeing a move towards leaner, meaner organizations. Are we likely to see any other organizational restructuring now that you've also done the Headstrong acquisition? I know you intend that to be a standalone entity, so in that sense there's no real integration, but can we expect anything else on the pipeline?
So first on Headstrong, we've always said Headstrong is an independent business vertical. By the way, we have other business verticals that run very independently, that are large and cut across the globe: banking, financial services, insurance, consumer products, retail, pharma, as examples. What I would say in terms of leadership changes is we constantly evaluate what new capabilities we need, what new areas we want to get into. I'll give you 2 examples. About 9 months back, about a year back, we decided that in part of that innovation journey, we needed to have someone who led our efforts around new product innovation. We got in, Gianni Giacomelli, who really has taken that leadership to a point where we have new products available that we are now taking to the customers. And the only reason we are doing it is because we have someone like him who's joined the team. That was a big change for us. We are now looking for a big healthcare leader, because that's a big vertical that we believe we got to play in as the world changes around healthcare. So we'll keep making those changes. Is there any change that's going to happen to the leadership team because of this transition? The answer